You're watching Chasing News with Bill Spadea.
Mayor Bill de Blasio declaring a health emergency after an uptick in measles cases. Our own Nate Rogers was in Williamsburg, where a majority of the cases are. Nate?
Mayor de Blasio's public health emergency now mandates all Williamsburg residents must get a measles shot. Those who don't could be fined up to $1,000. Now, at a press conference in Williamsburg early Tuesday, Mayor de Blasio called the massive outbreak very troubling. Take a look at the numbers. In 2017, there were only 2 measles cases. In 2018, 56 cases. And this year, 229 reported cases so far.
We have a situation now where children are in danger. We have to take this seriously.
The measles uptick surfaced in Williamsburg in October after a kid acquired the disease while visiting Israel and brought it back home. On Monday, the health department ordered all Williamsburg yeshivas to exclude unvaccinated students from class or face violations.
As a pediatrician who has vaccinated hundreds, if not thousands of children, I know that getting vaccinated is far safer than getting the measles.
In New York City since October, because of the measles, 21 people were hospitalized and 5 people were admitted in intensive care. Fortunately, there have been no deaths. And although health officials say the measles vaccination is 97% effective, following today's press conference, 2 mothers told me they will not have their children be vaccinated.
It's between me and my creator. He's created perfect children. I gave birth to 5 beautiful, healthy children. I cannot consent to something that should say that God is imperfect.
If a child gets the measles and has a good immune system, that means we take care of our bodies properly, then we should be able to fight it off, just like my children proved. They fought it off beautifully.
Health officials will now be visiting various schools in Williamsburg to ensure those measles shots are up to date. Officials believe there are about 1,800 people who remain unvaccinated. The city says there are various clinics throughout the city that offer free measles vaccinations. You can dial 311 to learn more. In Brooklyn, I'm Nate Rogers for Chasing News.
Thanks, Nate. All right, let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel. We're joined by Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman. Great to see you, Jeanette.
Thanks, Bill.
And Democratic strategist Bill Caruso. Back with us. Good to see you, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
All right, Jeanette, I'm going to start with you on this. I get it. I understand that people panic. You know, measles is something you can see. Some people do die from the measles. Very few, 1 in 1,000. This seems to be de Blasio overstepping, in my opinion. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Measles is a terrible disease. It can be deadly, especially for vulnerable children, babies that can't get vaccinated, like my daughter, who's too young to get vaccinated. If you're in contact with someone with the measles and you haven't been vaccinated, there's a 90% chance that you will catch the measles. This vaccine is very effective. There's no side effects. It's very cost effective. Why people aren't getting vaccinated is terrifying.
There is a federal list out there for people that have been injured by vaccines. It's not some figment of people's imagination. It exists.
It's real.
There are people that have been harmed by this. That said, there are also people that are abusing this religious exemption and taking it too far. So the truth, like always, somewhere in the middle of this.
To your point earlier, Jeanette, you're not going to take your 2-year-old out in a place where your baby's going to be exposed. I mean, most people, you're not talking about public school at that point. So should there be a limit to public exposure?
Bill, I could be in the ShopRite, right? And someone with the measles could be there. And just because my baby hasn't been vaccinated because she's too young, she's under 6 months old, she could come in contact with someone just in the air and she could be exposed to measles.
So should there be a personal liberty exemption, perhaps with a caveat that you can't put your kid in a public school if they don't have?
Yeah, I think that there are. I think there should be more of a crackdown on some of the religious exemptions, but I think there should be exemptions.
Okay, thanks, guys.